Hello, welcome back everybody. Let's have a look at Matic then, and in order for us to have a decent look at Matic, we should also have a look at Bitcoin, so let's just quickly get that over with so we get an idea of what's going on. So I've moved it down to the 4-hourly chart just for my own sake, but I'll just quickly give you an overview. So we're bouncing around within this area, within this descending triangle formation, and again we get rejected every time we get to the top of the descending trend that we've been on. We're now forming this triangle where obviously we've got a bottom line here of support, which will be around the 6,600 area, and the top is descending, so today's top would be 7,700, so that's where I'd expect to see a rejection if for whatever reason today it went up that much, which is very, very unlikely. So just go down to the 4-hourly. The reason I was looking at that is to try and get an idea of if it's going to go up or down from here. And actually looking at it now, it looks like it actually wants to go down. The reason I say that is it's basically being rejected on this guy here. The 21-day close being rejected from there every time it touches it. So, you know, yes, we have come up from this level here several days ago, but in all fairness, you know, we're being rejected from actual moving averages now at a pretty much very low sort of level moves up. You can see the amount of rejections that we get in here with the wicks that we get from the top. So it could break out, definitely. We're about to move into this cloud, so you know the next couple of 4-hour candles would give us a bit more of an indication, but I'm not going to wait all that time to make a video. In fact, I'm probably going to be in bed, so I will certainly not be able to make that video. But if we were to come into this cloud and break above it and use that as support, that'd be great. If we start to get rejected from the top of the cloud, again, that would be quite it might appear to be bullish if we didn't have the cloud, but being rejected from the top of that would be a sign of bearishness, that the fact that we're not going to get to the top of this descending trend, basically. If for whatever reason we break down beneath the cloud and we find ourselves being rejected from it, definite bearish trend there. I still think it's looking bearish to me, so bear that in mind, no pun intended, when we look at the Matic chart, because what we are expecting with Bitcoin is we are expecting it wouldn't be right to call it a pullback. It'd be more of a big dirty red candle to the down, basically a drop, a big nasty drop, and that drop will impact the market, it'll impact Matic, because the last time we had a drop similar to the one that I'm expecting, this is what happened to Matic. Went down, obviously Matic recovered and then some, but you know, we did have that, and considering that we've broken above this level here, which was our 3 cents previous resistance level from this wick over here, we broke above there, but we've been rejected from it quite significant, and you know, with the nature of the rest of the market today, Bitcoin as well, there's not really much of a reason for us to have had such a rejection. Let's just have a look at that. So there's a 6.5% rejection there from that last big push. Now with Matic being the way it is, it could quite easily just go straight above there and beyond by tomorrow. I can't tell you that it won't, I can't tell you that it will, because the indicators all suggest extreme bullishness to me. Indicators, not that they're going to lie, but all the indicators that I would use would tell me that currently it's going to remain bullish. It's going to remain bullish until it pulls back significantly. So realistically, we've got one thing on the cards here, which is Bitcoin looking like it wants to come down, getting ready for a drop. I don't believe it's going to plummet straight away. It's going to drop definitely at some point very soon, maybe not tonight. So if we can carry on mooching around in these areas for the next few days, that will give Matic the opportunity to break above that 3 cent again pretty easily, I would imagine, given its bullish nature at the moment, and then try to test this next level of resistance, which is actually 3.5 cent. You've got to put it into perspective. Matic has gone up quite a lot. It's had small, well, they're not small, but in the scheme of its last big these last moves, it's reasonably small pullbacks. It is very likely to continue with this move, but we have to be aware of what will happen when Bitcoin collapses. Matic will also collapse. Now Matic might easily recover from that collapse, as it did before this whole move started, but it will come down. So it's up to you guys. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I've been accumulating Matic all the way down here at the 1 cent, and between 1 and 2 cent areas I've been accumulating. So to be honest with you, I'm quite happy to hold this now. I'm not really one for trading it when it's at these levels. I'm just going to leave it to ride. But if you're looking to get in on it and taste a little bit of this move, you probably best to maybe, I mean, like I say, it's pulling back now. You could look at picking some up. If it were to come back down to the 2.7 cent level, that would be a decent buy. But you could be ultra patient and wait for the Bitcoin collapse. Because if there was one coin to be picking up, I'd suppose, other than Bitcoin, it could quite easily be Matic. Because Matic is showing that it wants to move at the moment. Anyway, it's not a great in-depth video because I've made many in-depth videos on this over this last week, and I've pretty much said it all. All I have to say now is, a decent rejection for us here, coming back within this area, which could quite easily become an accumulation zone. But in the event of Bitcoin pulling back, down below 7,000 into the 6,000s, we will find our way back in here again to reaccumulate. But again, you cannot really chart any further. I anticipated the move. If you watch my channel, you know that I was bullish on these moves from seeing the golden crosses and on the Satoshis and on the tether pairings. So it's more than exceeded my original technical analysis. But as to if it's finished yet or if it has still some to go, I will probably put an educated guess to say that it's got more to go, but I'm not judging that by any technical analysis that I haven't already done on my previous videos. So it's likely to continue up, but again, how far, I don't know. I really don't know. The market is in a strange situation where it's kind of stagnant, and Matic is basically the opposite of that. It's gone super bullish, as if it was in its own little alt season. Again, a lot of the tools and indicators, other charts that I would use to navigate my way through the health of the market don't really apply to Matic. So I can't give you any more other than an educated guess, which would be that Matic is going to continue to go up until further notice. Be very wary when it gets to this level, obviously. If it were to get to that level, I'd be very wary. I would expect some pullbacks. But, like I say, I expect this bullish move to continue. Now, a lot of people might watch these videos and expect this bullish move to continue by the time the video finishes. That's not exactly what I mean by that. I mean that it's not going to collapse in on itself yet. It's got sort of bigger moves to be made. It doesn't mean it's going to happen the second you've finished watching this video, basically. It could take several days before it actually gets above this area where it peaked up today, which is above 3.1 cent. So, just be patient on this one. It's looking good. Do expect continuation, but as with anything that's moved up this, we would also expect pullbacks. Anyway, I hope you have a nice evening. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.